This is a Case 580 Super R Backhoe. It's made by Conrad and it's in 1/50th scale. Now the 580 Super R is basically the European version of a 580 Super M. Now this model here is pretty well superior to the Ertl 580s in almost every way. That being said, this costs probably 4 times what the Ertl 580s do. But you get so much more out of the model. It's not only in terms of just detail, but also functionality. It really is a superior model, and it's almost a shame that the 580Ms and Ls were made by Ertl as opposed to Conrad. Anyway, getting into it, right off the bat, you can feel that it's really a surprisingly heavy model. It's got a lot more heft to it than what you think a backhoe would have. It is a side shift backhoe. Those are they're pretty popular in Europe. You do see some in the United States, but they're not nearly as common as they are in Europe. Something else is having teeth on the backhoe, or not the backhoe, the loader bucket. I think the majority of backhoes in the United States, they either do street work or they do snow removal, so having teeth on the bucket really doesn't really is not very common. You do see it every once in a blue moon, but for the most part they have the straight cutting edges on them. And this one does have a 4-in-1 bucket, which is becoming a lot more popular on backhoes. You see it a lot more often, but still fairly uncommon. Now the range of motion on the loader is very good. It rolls back just enough, but it does come up to a very good height, and you can just about get that to dump into most dump trucks, which is pretty good. The hood does tilt up, and you can just barely see the motor detail on the inside there, which is really cool. Underneath, you do have a steering axle, or steering front axle, as opposed to the Ertl 580s where the entire axle pivots, which I guess is technically a steering axle, but just not quite the same. As far as the backhoe itself goes, again, it's very well made. It's a side shift, so obviously the side shift works. Oh, remember, yep, the stabilizers do come down. They come down just a little bit, and they're a little bit stiff, so you gotta pull them pretty hard. But they do come down, so they are functional. And something that's really cool is the extend-a-hoe actually works, which is very nice. And I think I just broke the bucket off. No, I didn't. It's got a coupler. Still, that's pretty cool though. Don't have any attachments for it, but it's cool that it does pop off of there. At least I think it's supposed to pop off. I'm not really sure, to be honest. I don't think I've ever never gotten it off of there before. Yeah, I'm sure it pops off because you just see the little plastic tabs right there. See if I can ever get this thing back on. It might go. Maybe. I'm always kind of careful with these. I never really want to force them. I don't want to break the tabs. Every once in a blue moon, try to put these things back on. You snap the tabs right off. Oh, there we go. Alright, so that's back on. Hey, like I was saying, every once in a while you break them tabs off, and then all of a sudden you have a permanently detached bucket. Anyway, I don't know why the cab is loose on this one. I guess I gotta hit it with a little bit of super glue and get to stick in there like it should be. Mounted. Anyway, the dig and depth, range of motion on the backhoe is very good. Again, far superior to the Ertl 580s. Man, that bucket is stiff. Trying not to pop the bucket out of the coupler again. There we go. And something that's interesting is that backhoe bucket seems huge to me. Like, that's got to be a 36-inch bucket, which on the 580, on the Super M, like, you can get them with a 30-inch bucket. They don't dig terribly well with it, but you can get them with a 30, or not a 30, a 36. I think that's what that is. It's got to be a 36. Anyway, overall, it's a fantastic model. Like I said, it's a lot more expensive than the Ertl backhoes, but it's a far superior model. I mean, look at the inside of the cab. It's so much better. It's really just nice. It looks good on the shelf. It pairs up great with dump trucks and like the tag along. And it sucks that it's a European model because it doesn't fit really with any of the American, dump trucks. Like the first gear dump truck and tag along, it doesn't fit. Like, you'd never see the two of them together. But the idea is still nice. Anyway, that's about it. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to ask. If you have anything you'd like to see, let me know. I might have it. As always, thanks for watching. And if you'd like to see more of what we have, please subscribe to Maryland Construction Diecast.